In the United Kingdom, in the city of Portsmouth, there is a hill called Portsdown Hill, and along this hill there are various establishments such as this new one called the DSTL. Then you have places like these old forts like Fort Nelson, most of which have been sold off but all have underground bunkers. We have Fort Southwick, which is now privately owned and has bunkers underneath it. We have an old kinetic site which is currently being demolished. We have a new kinetic British Aerospace testing facility for radio and radar. Underneath this hill is a series of tunnels which used to make up an old radio bunker for emergency transmissions during the war. We have Fort Widley, which has an underground bunker. And we have Fort Pembroke, which also has an underground bunker. Underneath a section of this hill is one of the largest Ministry of Defence fuel bunkers.
Whatever you say now is sacrosanct. So, right, so secret vault here, when you can turn the camera around. You don't want to go. No, come on baby. Right, secret vault here. We're in a secret location. Can't tell you how we got in, but anyway, it's a fuel bunker in Portsmouth. And as you've just seen, there is a way in, but somebody's actually cut a hole in the door, but I'm not telling you where it is, so don't ask. So anyway, enough of that. Let's go and see the bunker. Oh, before we go as well, I'll introduce you to these guys who are Vacant Haven. Vacant Haven, which reminds me of a song by and the Gang. What was it now? Shaven Naven is what I'm craving. Yeah, so check him out. Maybe they shave like Mr. does as well. Maybe he does, maybe they do. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, look at this, all the cable management on the walls. Yeah. So all that cable's gone. I wonder where that went. I bet you there are some lovely little miscreants who stripped all that out. How cool. Why does somebody have a bike chain there? What's all that about? Why? Unless it was something to do with this door. Maybe they were locking the door so that other people wouldn't come in. Ooh, hang on. Oh, it's alright, it's just shit on the ceiling, hitting my thing. But look at this. This is nice and deep, this one. A bit like Rudloe Manor or various other places we know. Good quality tunnels.
Yeah, I don't know what they've been excavating in
Oh yeah. You get weird things like this where, you know, somebody seems to be sampling the quality of the rock down here and things.
Yes.
Never quite understood why people do it. Oh, and it goes on and on. I thought it was just going to sort of stop here and we were at the bottom, but apparently it goes on and on and on. So I suppose it might turn left and go down again then. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think it's about 35, 40 metres just at the middle kind of compartment.
Yeah. So that's pretty good then. Oh, I've got my hidden torch on as well. I'll keep that. Only need one torch really.
I think this was in... Someone's been stripping cable as well. It's a big bag.
Oh, it's absolutely pathetic, isn't it? I mean, like, have they not got anything better to do? Oh, let's come down. There might be a bit of cable. I'll have about a fiver. If I get 30 kilos, I'll have a fiver.
So as you can see, that's the first.
Woo! Bloody hell.
Watch out for cables there.
And I am glad I'm recording, because sometimes I find out I'm not.
That's what you did, you have to come and walk back up.
Oh yeah.
We're already knackered. It's recording.
Yeah, it's going to be a beast to get back up here now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a proper leg walk there.
Yeah.
It's getting chilly now, isn't it? Yeah. Quite warm.
Shame they want to keep all this locked when they could possibly turn it into some sort of like museum or something.
Open it up. And just let it go away. The reason they don't is fumes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they'd do about that.
Well, they could clean it up. I mean, it's not the end of the world to clean stuff like this up. Ah, right. Looks like we're at the bottom now. We've got some sort of equipment, like a pump or something. Pump generator. Okay.
Up here, you can see how far it goes to the surface.
Ooh, right. Okay. Thanks.
The shafts.
God, it doesn't just smell. It smells of piss down here as well. I think. Yeah, somebody's been.
You ain't going to walk all the way back up to the top to piss, are you?
Well, I suppose so. Yeah. Okay. Right. Oh, yeah. I'll have to go right through to be able to see the one I. Oh, hang on. Maybe not. Oh yeah. I'll have to go and actually through it. Hang on. Is this secured onto the wall? Oh, no.
Just go through it.
Right, yeah, I got my bag on my back. Can you hold this a sec? Just hold it there. Cheers, man.
God, that's heavy.
Beast. And that's without the light on as well. Yeah, they're good though.
Yeah.
Right, oh, here we go. So that would be to drop stuff down from the surface.
We've dropped a few stones. That's when we couldn't get into it.
Right then. Oh, come on. Point up. There we go. There we go. Right. So that is all the way to the top. Oh, don't want that. Whoa, great. So we've got little holes on the floor down here. And they look like they drop down a little bit. Oh, bloody. Oh, crying out loud. Oh, yeah. Have you not seen how far that goes down? It's about 20, 30 feet. So we're lucky these wooden things we're standing on, we're lucky they're not rotten. And they might be. Yeah, because standing on there could put you somewhere where you can't get back out. That would be a bit naughty, wouldn't it? So, yeah, nice. Look at that connector there for the power. Look at the size on that. Paralleling. Oh, so that's to connect one generator to another generator, so they boost their power. So if it's got 20 kilowatts on this one, you connect it to another one, you've got 40 kilowatts. So yeah, nice. So you've got cycles per second, 55, 60 volts, amperes. Raise the volts or lower the volts. Yeah, nice. All right, well. Okay, if I can give this to you again then, and I'll just want to point at the bottom, yeah. That's it, because there's a joystick on there, but if you grab it too far up, you grab the joystick and then it just points in the air and does weird things. Cool, man. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, am I wrapped up in some shit now? Hang on. Yeah, wrapped it. Oh. Now the bloody... Is the gimbal off now, or what's just happened? Right. Sorry. Doesn't like being smacked around, basically. Here we are. Right, so what we got here then? Battery on. Whoops. Battery on. Failed start. Engine failure. Auto ready. Okay. And you've got a load of relays, which are obviously logic circuits, so whether it started, didn't start. And there's part of the engine on the side. So it's a beast. And there's its fuel container. So yeah, all good. So this is fire point. It says generator platform. You got some sort of bits and pieces. There's a big door here, which can be locked from the inside. Now that's an actual old bunker part in here. And it's got the ventilation as well, which is a bit rusted. Part of it's fallen on the floor, as you can see. And a few bits of wiring and things going in here. What do you think this was then? Accommodation?
Yeah, accommodation, I think. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen pictures where there's bunk beds, and it's, can't remember which royalty it is, but they were down here, and it
Right.
looked as if it was kind of this sort of structure. Bunk beds.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to sleep down here, though. I mean, it was the crew who were running the generators.
Yeah, I think it's probably...
Those pumps, you've got to think they had to pump fuel from here to the dockyard,
Right.
all the way to the Navy ships. And technically as well, it was a huge fuel reservoir. Yeah. So should Germans blockade our ships and our fuel, we could use these.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them. There will no sort of bomb that the Germans had penetrate this. It's bombproof as well.
Yeah. I've been to a couple of others, but they just seem to be like surface, like Mitchell Diva is one. But I don't know whether it ever had any tunnels like this. But this looks like a proper slope shaft for sending anything that's big that they would have got down through that hole. Once they got it down here, then you have, instead of just a small steps, you have a slope shaft steps. So if they used this slope shaft, which they probably did because it's got rails there, if they used that, there would have to be a winding mechanism somewhere, which would have had to have been probably back here, which is maybe what that ring was on the wall. Those rings were probably to put pulleys through. So they would, and the second ring is probably in case that one breaks, so it catches it again.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what those rings are for. Put pulleys, perhaps. This is Matt's guess what the hell was going on time. Tell us in the comments if I'm right or wrong. Well, that's pretty good. This looks like you'd get in Corsham and stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's where, at the bottom there, that's where it starts getting oily.
Do you want to see the sensitivity of this thing? Have a look at the lights down here now, because people don't believe me when I show them. Right, I can't see down there. That can see down there. Right, and that's not even turned up. That's turned fully up now. Can you see anything at the bottom of the tunnel with your eyes? I can't. This camera can. The camera can see all the way down. And that's all he's got is a little camera light like that, which was even pointed at the ground. Now he's pointing it down there, it's really bright. But if you point it at the ground again, which he's now doing, you see, you can still see. Crazy, isn't it? So, yeah. That's for A7S cameras. You can pick them up for about 600 quid, the first generation of these. Yeah. That's the second one. They've just brought the third out now, but it's a bit pricey. It's £3,800.
I might need to put some bin bags on that.
Yeah, because when you get to the bottom, that's where the...
Is this slippy?
Yeah, it gets a bit slippy, towards the bottom. So
Right, I'm going to have to hold on to the rail then, yeah. So I'm going to have to use a safety, a different light here, I think. Let's just see what we're doing now. So yeah, look, he's putting his bin bags on.
Tesco special.
Yeah, slightly microscopically thicker. So we've got a nice big pipe here on the wall, which, would this be water pipe on the left or? Wouldn't be for the fuel, would it?
Yeah,
Right, okay. Don't you think that would come out of the bottom bits though, more than up here? You always have to pump up pressure. I think you'd probably put fuel in from the top down and you'd take it out from the bottom. Because you'd be using natural head pressure then to go down to Plymouth or whatever. Well, Plymouth. Portsmouth. Bloody hell. Messy, messy, messy. So they don't want to clean up their feet later on. That's why they put the bin bags on. So this is just all crappy old oil down here. Oh, do you know what? I should be putting my gloves on. I don't know if I've actually got any. Have I got gloves? Please have some gloves. Ooh, I have actually. I've got some gloves. Yeah, they're going to start selling their own line of bin bags, they're saying, as merch. So there's a layer of water and a layer of oil. And I don't know how deep it is. It's not that deep. It's not too bad. But I can see it being very slippy if you're not careful. Ooh. Hey, we got some features here, look. Slightly more modern electrical panel. So, yay. And what's this saying? Grover's Mess. Groxer's. Is it Growers or Groxer's Mess? What's all that about then? Don't understand that. So. Yeah, I think I can see pretty much. So, see these bin bag boys, look, coming down now. They got the ultimate in bin bag stealth technology.
This is our new merch.
Yeah. So you obviously don't want to clean your wellies later on then, you don't want to have to clean them. Oh, of course, they've got leather on them, haven't they? Oh no, if it's wellies, it'd be alright, wouldn't it? Just wash them off. But not work stuff, yeah. There's a camping stove there. Oh no, it's not a camping stove, it's a camping light.
Oh yeah.
Wow. People are throwing good kit down here. Wow. So shall I go down this left-hand side or?
Yes, down to the left, yeah.
Right, here we go. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the ground, make sure there's no nasties. Well, hey, I think I remember seeing this in people's videos. It's now coming back to me. I've actually seen where we are. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I can see there's a channel that you don't want to step down. There's a channel right beneath my feet now. It would be very, very crappy if I was to get in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that would just be, ooh, not very nice. And there's a gantry, you can walk around the edge, which is pretty cool up there. So you see the gantry at the top. And look at these pumps. Pumpies. Wow, and there's an old boat here. There's a boat. Oh, that's a bit deeper. Bit deeper. I'm just worried it could go down a hole like you said, you know. But I'll take my time. Be careful as much as I can. Look at this bin bag action going on, folks. That's some proper bin bag fun.
It's not been my best idea.
Ah well, whatever keeps it clean, innit? So yeah, that would have been a nice little dinghy, but not anymore. Yeah.
But that's a real sort of extreme.
Yeah, a bit extreme. So we've got these obviously pumps, I think, because look at the big pipes and the big valves up the top as well. So we've got one each side. Wow. And we've got a big gantry. Reminds me of being in Wales in the Haverfordwest bunkers. You know, you've got the gantry above, left and right, and you can move that up and down to lift stuff up and inside a large chamber like this. And this is a pretty big chamber, very big. Makes you wonder how they got some of these I-beams down here, because they're pretty long to get round even the corners that we saw from the big drop. That would be quite hard to get down that and around that corner even, I think. So they're pretty long, those. Or maybe it's just about able to be done around the corner, or you could have two I-beams, I suppose, strapped together, but no, these are just a single I-beam. Wow, so it goes further down there then, does it? Through a doorway. Is that the best way to get down there, is round the edge, is it? Yeah, there is some sort of way off, isn't there? So we're going to go back and go down to the left, is it? And then come all the way around. A bit minging otherwise. I'm missing my proper video light. I forgot it in the car, like a moron. So I'm having to point this big torch around instead. So here we go. Yeah. By the way, guys, Alex is one person's name. I'm not sure the other person. Ned. Alex and Ned. So that's Alex. And this is his twin brother, Ned. And the reason you can tell they're twins is because they've got masks on. So they look exactly the same.
Confuse the police.
Yeah. So there's transformers, electric transformers, you can see ahead of me. All the copper gone, all the copper cut out. Oh, it's just a small, just one-off transformer. So look at this squelchy crap, folks. Yeah. Squelchy crap. Oh yeah. Is that a fire door? Just wooden, or something on the outside. It might be asbestos on the outside. Asbestos? I think so, yeah. It's like, well, it's certainly something that's quite tough. So it's fireproofing it, that substance there. Probably asbestos, yeah. Nothing stops fire like asbestos. Ooh. So that's the second transformer, it says there. Transformer number 2. And we've got a bit of a switchboard. And we've got some large relay switches inside there as well. So it's a switching transformer. Wow. So, whoa. There's lots of electrical stuff in here. Look at this kit back here. Oops. Yeah, kilovolts, that says. So that's like, you know, that's Briggs stuff coming in before it gets stepped down to usable voltage in here. So those look like heat dissipators there. So there's a heat dissipators, probably you'll have oil or something going through there, or perhaps, you know, to cool down the transformers. Can't see what else there would be. Seems to be like just fins, you know, lots of fins. So, right, well, looking up, we're in a massive room again. Wow. Oh, but it's not a deep room, but it's certainly tall. Maybe not quite as tall as the other one, but still. Whoa, look at this transformer. That's a bad boy. Wow. And has he tipped it? Somebody's tipped him on his side, I think. Yeah, it's definitely been tipped on its side, because the oil sump, which is normally there, is on its side. Whoa, bloody hell. That's a bit of kit. And look at the one behind it as well. I was like, they're so big, you kind of miss it for, can't see the wood for the trees. The size on these things. Oh, and that'd just be full of oil in there to keep it cool. Yeah. And these are the magnetic cores, which they'd wrap the copper around. So they'd wrap loads and loads of copper around the iron ferrite innards. So transformers have lots of wire going around them. So they've stripped all the copper off, all the guts. So that's why they tipped them on their side, so they can get the oil out, and then they can pull out this inner bit, get the copper off. Unbelievable. These, you know, if they would just apply themselves to something like, you know, space rocketry or something, you know, we'd be on Mars by now. But they just choose to go nicking copper, like Olympic bloody level of copper nicking, you know. So there's various pipes around the room, and it looks like lights or something. There's lights on either side of this wall. Let's go down and have a look then.
So it's like sprinklers.
Sprinklers, yes, you're right, yeah. Wow. You think it was a fire thing then? So each one of these transformers have been in here, and these are not lights, they're probably sprinklers, because well, they might be lights actually, because, you know, in bunkers like this, they do use metal. Ooh, and I nearly stepped in the sump there, look, it's a bit deep. Yeah. So, in bunkers, they do use metal to hide the wires, because in a fire, the metal won't just melt and then all the electrics go off. So they do use metal instead of, so what we've got to work out now is, are these? No, they are sprinklers, look. You can see that nozzle head there. That's for water. That's a nozzle head for water. So in an emergency, if the transformer was to explode, these would diffuse water all over the place, just spray all over the place. So they are indeed fire suppression systems. And what's this up here above us? That's weird. Well, each one of these things above us has got like a metal plate. That's weird. And there's a cable that runs through the metal plate. That's the trigger system. There's a bead. What you have in modern systems is you have a little plastic bead with a liquid in there, and the liquid will boil, and the bead will snap, and then the sprinkler starts. Well, this is slightly different, because suspended between these two rings is a piece of something which must be temperature tested. So at a certain temperature, that will melt, so that will give way, and these springs will release chung, chung, to the left and to the right, which then, if you look along here and you follow the wire all the way around, that spring will come to probably a valve, and that valve, which is over there in that corner of the room, that valve will turn on all the sprinklers in here. So that's why above the transformer, in every bay, you got one of these. You got one here, and you got one there. So, I mean, you could test this out. You could actually test it. If you had I wouldn't suggest putting a lighter on this, though, to be honest, not down here, not with these fumes. But if you were to get that lit or cut it, you'd see the springs chung chung would jump. So you'd actually see the mechanism work, but yeah, maybe not today. Well, I've never seen one of those before, but I'm kind of guessing that's what it is, yeah. So there's the other ferrite cores. Oh, what's happening with the old... come on, baby. There we are. There's more ferrite cores they pulled out. And again, more sprinklers. More sprinklers left and right, and another one of those plates. So that plate is to reflect the heat back and make absolutely certain it does cut that thing. The heat definitely triggers, and those two things go left, right. So there's another one up there, and you can see the switch gear is actually in place on this one. Switch gear stuff is still there. So, yeah, excellent. So now we know what the deal is. So they could have been expecting these transformers to overload then, which is interesting. Or maybe they were expecting there to be a fire down here, even if the transformers don't overload. If there's a fire, turn off the electrics, turn everything off. So I was looking back there, and those trigger systems seem to go down the wall, and I think they came over here. So somewhere at the end of this, there would have been a wire coming out, and I think I can see it, look. I think I can see the wire. Yeah, look, there's the wire. That's the metal wire. And see what it does? It switches a valve up and down. So if those things go, ching, this goes up and down, and there's going to be some sort of sprinkler system activator, which could be these things, yeah. Switch gear. So you pull those to activate the water system. So it could be a switch, but these are definitely connected to those temperature sensitive things. So those springs would activate the sprinkler system. Quite a clever little system for an old-fashioned setup. It's quite good. I like it. So, right. Well, now we're off into a different room, which has a bit of a fan thing going on there. So that's a fan. Over a metal door going into this other room. Whoa. Here we go. So we've come into the back of that first room now, so we've come all the way round to the left and back in on ourselves. So we've got extractor fan on and off switch here, start and stop probably for the pumps, and another start and stop probably for the pumps, and a regulator control as well, probably for speed. Now there's small, that's a fan there, that's an extractor fan or air pump fan. Then this one here is an even bigger fan. So you've got different grades of air. You've got maybe outside air and extraction air, or intake and extraction. I imagine extraction needs to be more than the intake, to be honest. I think that's why that one's there. So that's the extractor. And then we're on the back of the old pumps again. So just making sure I'm not going to step in anything. Look, you've got everything down here, including the kitchen sink. Somebody made that joke, didn't they? I saw somebody make a joke. Was it about this place? They said they got everything here, including the kitchen sink. Was it this kitchen sink? It might have been. Oh, look, a hand washing station. Yeah. It's black, that's why, yeah. So, yeah, so we're above us now. We've got the lifting gear, which is quite nice. And I bet you the amount of oil that's down here, it's probably kept the mechanism for this quite good. And I bet it would be movable if we tried it. So I'm going to try it, just to see what happens. But I'm not going to stand underneath it, just in case. But I reckon that'll probably move, because it's just covered in oil. Ooh, a bit stiff. Oh, a bit watery. Let's try this side then. Ready in. No, it doesn't want to go.
Probably needs oil. Did you get it?
Probably needs some oil. Yeah. But I thought that the amount of oil that's been dripping all on the chain and stuff would have kept it going, but perhaps not. The sticky crap. Whoa. Still nothing?
No.
It could be. It could be that those are freewheeling, but there's just so much rust on the actual I-beams that it won't move on the I-beams. Could be that. Well, there we go. So this bad boy then would be the motor. So that's the motor, and you can see all there's bits of copper in there. They probably haven't got, more than likely. So this is the motor stator, I think they call that. And this is the commutator, I think they call that. And those are the brushes, and you can see the brushes actually still in place. And you can see the little handles for pulling the brushes in and out. So these little handles here are for getting these brushes in and out. so you can probably lift them off. Yeah. So those brushes run against the 3 drums because it's probably 3-phase. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and you've got 3 sets of brushes. There's lots of brushes around this. So if one brush set fails, you've still got lots of others that are making contact. But that's the system there. So, or it could be that as it turns, it presents a different section to energize the magnetic field in there. So you've got more than one set of brushes. So you're actually energizing different parts of the magnetic field. So that's why there's so many brushes. Right, you've got your flywheel. You've got your flywheel there, and so that's a big motor to produce a lot of torque to run the pump. But off the back of it, you also have a little baby motor. Now these are usually for different voltages, so they can get a completely different voltage coming out of the back of it. And it's sometimes they use these as starters as well. So they run the starter to kind of get the big boy moving, because if they were to power this up when it's slow moving, it would overheat the contactors there. So what they'll do is they'll use this small one. Might even be a gearbox in here, like a reduction gearbox, yeah? So they'll start it like that. Once it gets up to speed, then they'll crank on, boof, the power into that one. It'll go, and it'll take up the power in the big thing. So that's its starter. Yeah. I imagine. I'm just guessing.
It's a very educated guess.
Yeah. Or, I mean, alternately, it could be to produce a different set of power. You know, like they're running that on 3-phase 400 volts, and they just want to get a nice little bit of 200 volt off the back of that, or 120. So, coming useful then.
Watch yourself here, there's a little gap.
Sump, yeah, okay.
Does look a bit
Manky gap, yeah. Probably goes down quite a bit actually. Some of those sumps can go down like, you know, well over your knee probably. Oh yeah, I didn't look in there, did I?
Not very interesting, but there's a phone line on there, so that was it.
Ah, this is a little box. Yeah, somebody's little office. Here's a BT box. I'm surprised things like that aren't more well secured for anti-sparks, because just plugging a phone in can produce a spark, and they're normally a bit more sensitive. Maybe that's why it's in this box, so that because it's non-tested, non-safety equipment. But a lot of this stuff would have to be all checked so that it doesn't spark, and you know, the floor's probably impregnated with rubber, or you've got to wear certain types of soles on your shoes so you don't spark things. But they probably didn't expect there to be this much oil lying around on the floor either back in those days. But fumes can still go off quite easily. Fumes can jump a gap. Ah, there's a bell up there, look. Could be for the phone, so they can hear the phone much further away. Is my light still flashing on the top of my thing?
It is.
Cool. Right. So there's a big old metal box here he's having a look at.
Wouldn't even know. Let's come down.
Is it actually unscrewing?
Yeah. There's a bit of a gap coming.
Should be much bigger than that, the gap now though.
Yeah.
Maybe you're meant to pull the pin directly out. Maybe you're meant to actually physically remove it.
Yeah, I don't know, that doesn't look
Mm.
cool to me. I wanted to get up the stairs, but I
Don't know whether you can trust it. I have seen people walking around up there in previous videos, but
It'd be a cool shot to get there.
Don't know. Yeah, be nicer if I could actually put my camera down. My bag maybe. So that's a sump pump there. You see that yellow thing that's all covered in crap? That's supposed to get rid of water. Probably wouldn't be able to manage this mud or oil, but it would get rid of water. And that's what that's there for. Look at it, covered in umthgar. Yeah. So, oh, what's this little thing then? What's this little beastie here. I don't know what that is. Could be a component that you keep that you might need at some point. Like, oh, see the piston? That's what I was thinking. Like, they've got components here. That's a piston rod arm. That's a piston rod arm from these pumps. It's absolutely massive. So where does this sump start and stop then? That's probably the piston. Ah, that is the piston. That's actually a pump piston. And all this stuff is probably to keep it safe. It's packing material. So you can get the packing material off. Look, you can see the piston. You can actually see it there. So that is the piston, but it doesn't have any visible, or maybe these little things here are actually the rings, piston rings. But normally piston rings go in a tight gap, but these are actually fat, thick piston rings. That's nuts. So that's the piston, and then that piston screws onto the end of that thingy-bob over there. So make sure I don't fall down. The back of the there we are. That's the nice back of the motor. But that's the there's another. No, that's not. That's the that's the piston arm. I can't really call that bit on there now, but yeah. So yeah, bits that go back and forth and up and down. But that goes in the engine, so that'll be up and down, and then the piston bit would be on the end. But yeah, somebody who's more mechanically minded than me would know the terms. I can't remember them now. So that looks like probably a sump pump or a water pump for keeping down here clear, or it might be a compressor pump for compressed air. Got some copper in there, look. Little bits of copper, but it's getting it out. That's what copper thieves have given up. Fail, boys, you failed. So, do we really want to go up here? I don't know. Do we? Don't we? I don't know. Looks fairly solid. Yeah, pretty solid. Doesn't look like it's rusted through. Are you waiting for me to fall? It's a bit more rusty up on top, but the ladder's alright. So, it only goes left and right, it doesn't go all the way around the room. Yeah. You could clamber along the edge if you're crazy, but I'm not into that idea. That does not appeal to me. So there it is, folks. That's a pump room for a secret military fuel depot. Hidden in the hills in Portsmouth. I took my time then, so I didn't say Plymouth, because I'm so obsessed with Plymouth. It always becomes Plymouth, right? So there we go. There it is, in all its glory. Nicely lit up for the 360 camera. Whoa. Good stuff. Yeah. So he fancies his chances. No bald spot, okay. No bald spot, folks. Yeah. It's an imagination. He's going to spray it next time with some sort of can of black spray paint, so you won't spot it. That's why I shaved my head off. It's just like got fed up with my little bald patch on the back growing.
So there is the company.
So what did you think when you first got in here, Alex, or Al?
To be honest, my first thought was, oh shit, is this going to cave in on us? But then the more you get down, I don't know, it's just amazing, isn't it? The history behind it all.
Yeah.
And what it was all involved in. It's just, I know it's in complete like state, but it's amazing though, isn't it? Just under our feet on this.
Yeah. You can see the the rocker thing. It goes back and forth on that circular pinion, I think it is. Is it rack and pinion? So it's like it's counterweighted, so that even though there's one piston, it's counterweighted so that when the piston's going in, the weight is going back. So it's like wheel balancing. It's like you don't put all the weight on one side, otherwise it's going to go bang, bang, bang and shake the whole thing to bits. But then as it comes along here, it goes into the piston, which is inside. So you screw that piston in. So that bit that we saw over there is actually screwed into there. So you've got all the replacement parts there for a whole pump side. And you've got another duplicate pump on the other side. So when one is pumping and it reaches near the end, probably the other one is either pulling whilst this one is pushing. So there's a constant sort of flow, and when this one is pulling, that one's pushing. So they keep the pressure up through the cycle. But yeah, effectively that is a two piston system, and the whole thing in the room is 4 pistons, so there's 2 more over there.
And I presume that's, if it goes off further that way, that's where the fuel pipes lead.
Yeah, well, one might be for incoming and one might be for outgoing. You know, to suck the fuel up here and to push the fuel out.
That's a big old effort.
Oh yeah.
Really big job.
Yeah.
Genius. This was like the 30s, you know?
Oh yeah. But I'm sure they would have used every type of mechanical advantage they could have. So putting it in a hill means that if you drop the fuel off, drip, 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 drip from vehicles at the top, it comes down the pipes and comes into this fuel container down below. But when you go to pump it out, you've naturally got gravity working for you. So once you get it up and out of the building here, then a lot of gravity will be working downhill to kind of help you. So being as efficient as possible. I imagine they didn't suck it up from, well, they might have sucked it up from Portsmouth Harbour if it was being delivered by ship. But it could be it was delivered up from the top down as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. But there's fuel lines all over the UK for the secret fuel network. Do you know about that?
Is it Inverness, there's one? I know there's one out of Scotland.
Oh no, there's all over the country. It goes from east to west, from the Haverford West and Milford Haven and all that. It goes all the way from over there, right across the country to the east coast, and it probably goes north to south as well. It goes through Wiltshire, and near me, and Stonehenge, if you're driving along and you see a little white or yellow, like a house-shaped thing. It's like an arrow almost, but like a roof. It's like a little roof thing on a spike. So you've got a pillar, and you have this little white thing or a yellow thing just like that. That denotes that don't dig underneath here because you've got a bloody fuel pipeline. And they send not just one type of fuel, they send fuel and water and all sorts of stuff through there, but they can because they can measure how much has gone through, and they can see, like diesel, they can see the grade of it, they can see what it looks like, the thickness of it, and they know that there's like 1 million litres is coming, so they connect up the diesel and they send that down the pipeline, and they've got a meter at the end. It tells you how many bits of fuel have come through, how many litres of fuel have come through. And when you get in about a million litres on your thing, you start looking through the little glass window. When you see the colour of the fuel change, you go, oh, there's the end of the diesel. So you lop that off, you throw a bit of the crap in between away, and then the next lot will come through, which might be Jet A1 fuel for jet aircraft. And then after that, it might be petrol. And after that, it might be paraffin. And after that, it might be some water. But they pump it all through the same pipes.
So where's that heading to? What's it used for?
Well, it comes from the oil refineries and the oil storage places, and it goes across the country to military bases, mostly. Places that would need a lot of fuel. So it's going to be Navy establishments, and it would be RAF bases, bunkers, government facilities, things like that. possibly the odd like royal family house or something like that, so they've got their bunkers, they could keep going for months and months and months. Probably went straight past the massive place in Corsham, where they'd be wanting to go on for a very long time underground. So it would be millions of litres of fuel to keep their generators going, so they could live for years if there was a nuclear war, or if they needed to. So it's all about sending it along the path of where all the bunkers are. So if you get that, you can buy a map. You can actually buy a map for a couple of quid, and it's a legitimate government map, and it tells you where the pipelines are. And if you follow those pipelines, you can pretty much guarantee that all along those pipelines are going to be interesting things dotted along the way.
Yeah.
You know it. So there we go. My torch is going to... it's getting hot. I'm going to turn it back onto low power. Yeah. Well, yeah. The head torch is pretty good if you turn that on full as well. That's the head torch. Well, I keep it on low because I don't really need it just with my hands,
You just noticed the pipe. Yeah, I don't know why.
Right, I'm going to get my arse down then, I think.
It feels a bit corroded.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit, little bit, I think, yeah. Rusted on the top. Yeah, well, if I'm going to film my feet going down, I'll have to hold it. It's not as light as my DJI Pocket, but it certainly sees nicely in the dark. Yeah, so...
I really want to play my acoustic guitar. I really want to do
yeah, it just keeps going and going and going, the sound, doesn't it? Alright, let's see if I can stand here safely. Yeah, looks good. Sorry, what did you say then? No, that's the thing for the hoist. So the hoist goes back and forth. But it's thick enough for you to actually crawl down if you so wanted to, but probably not a good idea. So yeah, I think this is what they call a pinion, is it? And you can see the counterweighting there. So those bits there are the counterweights. So you've got that bit there, and then that goes there. I think they call it it works on an eccentric system, so it goes round, and as it goes round, it pushes and pulls and pushes and pulls and pushes and pulls as it goes round. But it pushes in a straight line then the piston in and out of there. And inside there, you're going to have the flanged piston that we saw stuck on the wall a minute ago. Yeah, that looks like it probably, well, that might be part of a piston. No, that's wheels, isn't it? That's a trolley wheel, I think. Or is it? Or is it pipe? It could be a piece of pipe. Yeah, it's a piece of pipe, I think.
It's got a cog on it.
Yeah, it's got a cog, isn't it? Don't know what that is. I've got a bilge pump handle there. Ooh, what is... That is weird. When I squished down there, it blobbed out over there. Yeah, I don't really want to go too far, risking it. Yeah. Are you willing for a shilling? Would you risk it for a biscuit?
You talking to us now? I didn't talk for a while.
So tool station. Swap this torch on the other hand. Oh, look at the friggin' oil mess on here, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a clean-up till we are.
Oh, I got oil all over the handle of my gimbal. Oh, yeah. I'll just wipe it on my chest, wipe all the oil onto my t-shirt to stop it. So it's nearly time for a battery change on the camera, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, I can't really hold it with that arm. My right arm seems stronger. Let's get it back on my right arm. Balls. So I'm not used to having the torch in my hand for so long. I normally swap hands quite a lot, but I can't do it with a torch. Yeah. So whereabouts are the tunnels then?
Well, I'm thinking we can show you on the map.
So have you actually been down there then? Have you actually been into that section?
No.
You're a bit worried about, because there's a doorway, isn't there?
It does go through. There's 3 kilometres tunnels we go.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh right. So you haven't bothered to do it then? Well, I am interested, but I'm going to have to stash my bag somewhere because I don't want to carry that all the way down there.
It's just because when we come in, it's so this whole that we were going to go for a swim. Maybe that's why they call the boat.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, seeing as we're kind of here, it'd be rude not to try and have a quick look, but I can see there's stuff going down into the holes in the floor. There.
It's just a real bad leak, isn't it?
Yeah. Whoops-a-daisy. So we're actually getting up now into this stuff. I hope there's no sumps here. So yeah, man. Oh. So if you keep going down there, then you come out on the south side doors, do you?
Yeah, you will eventually hit the south. When I saw the doors, I just got about 10 metres away from them and you can just smell the fumes.
Yeah, man.
And that's how I saw it. What's it? It's like crystal maze, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Well, we probably should come in through the side access, I suppose, but... So I should have...
Could have lassoed across, mate.
Oh yeah. Well, I wouldn't trust that. That's just for lights, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't take the weight of it, I think. So, you've got... Oops. Just tap my head. You've got... Oh, there's water there. Oh, that's quite deep, about 4 feet, 5 feet of water maybe. Down there. What's that?
It's really clear.
Yeah. So.
What do you say?
Have we got the bag out there, or have you done something there?
Say again, eh? Yeah, well, we're in a little room filled with sort of water. Come in. It's quite deep. Yeah.
So this must be a walkway that goes along then. Oh yeah, so the tunnels then, left and right. Oh. So here we go. So we've got all of manual valves and the automatic valve stuff here. Wow. So there we go. Yeah. So they got their fire equipment here, and then you got oh my god tunnels and oh my god tunnels. We're gonna have a quick look then. Do you think Ned's gonna be alright? Think he'll be alright? So these must be the tanks, look, because they have either overspills or pipe connectors, and yeah, each one of those is like a tank back there, and also winding mechanism for some sort of stuff that goes to the surface, including an old ladder that's been chopped off, look, for safety reasons, but it all goes up to the surface. So that's wow, isn't it? They're probably under the grass up there, I would imagine. Yeah, they're probably just in the grass and you have to just dig back the surface to get them.
Yeah, you've got to be careful as well, Matt. There's a few holes on the floor.
Yeah, they seem to be on the left and the right though. Not down the centre. So these are the super long tunnels, but they go left and right instead of going, so they're going to go so far left and right, then they're going to turn left probably, so they're going to go that way and they're going to go south, which would come out of the hill, I reckon, if my imagining is correct. So.
Well, that's a long way.
Yeah, man.
Feel the draft,
It's cooler.
What do you think, man?
Very good. I give him 100 quid for it. I think Ned will hang on back there.
Yeah, he's only got trainers on it.
Ah, right, so yeah, he'll look after my bag then, that's good.
I did, well, one plastic bag thing.
Yeah. So, I reckon at the end we can see up there now, that's going to take a left or a right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what direction space.
I think it'll be going that way because the way the pipes were coming was this way, so it'll go sideways and it'll go out that way, and then we'll be passing all the tanks which are between us and the roadway out that way, I reckon.
Yeah.
It seems to keep going actually through another gate. That's interesting. You might have other pump rooms, I don't know. Do you have other pump rooms here? I can't remember now.
Say again.
Do you have other pump rooms here, or is there only one master pump room?
I think there's
4?
4. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's big.
Yeah, I mean, I've read about these for like...
Not 4 pumps in one room, 4 pump rooms.
Yeah, 4 concrete pump rooms.
Wow. God alive.
Operation.
Look at this.
You got to think refuel all of the Navy ships.
Yeah, yeah.
Salvage.
Watch the floor.
Yeah. I think this is the salvage.
Salvage yard. Wow.
So you used to be able to, about a year ago, you used to be able to look through those doors.
Yeah. So this is out to the outdoors, is it?
Yeah, that's balls going through there.
Right. So there we are. Look, and look, the alarms on the doors, like vibration alarms. Those are.
Oh, is that what it is?
That would have been a vibration alarm, yeah.
Someone's tried digging out.
Digging underneath it. That's pretty.
But the other side, they've got a steel girder that runs down and a concrete slab, reinforced slab. So you don't know where you're getting that way from.
That's it. So here we go then. So this might be another pump room and bits and bobs, or is it just a? No, it's just a storage room. Oh, look, with a prisoner cell. Ha 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 ha. I like it. And they got an ADT alarm box thing on the floor as well. Yeah. 02392 814 927. Authorised person. Yes, it's a cell door. Crazy. So down here we've got I don't know if they look like valves or something. They look like spinners. So you'd bring this up and you'd put something through these holes. Look, there's little holes, and then you could turn. So somewhere lying on the ground might be the turners, the spinners, which you would actually jack into the ground, and then you'd spin. But they'd probably be nicked for scrap value, I expect.
I imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, needs a bit of oil, doesn't it? Should we go have a quick look at the other end so we don't keep them waiting? Because he's going to be like thinking we've fallen down the hole, isn't he? Well, yeah, that's it. Oops. So here we go. Oh, not again. Shit. Is it still flashing?
It's still flashing.
I don't want to touch the lens because I'll just get oil all over it. But yeah, so we're here now, myself and Alex. So check out Vacant Haven, which is his website. He's just sort of getting it sort of off the ground. He's got a few videos on there. I noticed he's put his Xbox gaming thing on there as well, which is obviously very related to Urbex. Yeah, so he only plays Urbex related games, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
this man is my inspiration for doing it. I'd just like to add that.
bloody hell.
It's a bit surreal being here with him.
Wow. Yeah, you've got to be careful what you ask for, mate. You sometimes get it. So,
what you wish for.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Oh, well, thanks for asking us, because it does help a lot when somebody has already done the legwork and they know their way in. It makes my life just bloody doddle, like, you know. So.
Well, that's what I've learned with this game. I've only been doing it a few months, but it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, indeed.
And we've got, luckily, some people to toss off.
Whoa, here we go. Right, drain hole.
So how long have you been doing this for?
I've been at it for about 20 odd years since I started looking into UFOs and places like Rudlow Manor, and I found it had underground tunnels, and then I started doing a bit of caving in the old quarry tunnels, you know, sort of thing. And I just gained a bit of a fascination for strange places, and you know, you really have no idea what's out there until you start looking. And you'd have to buy a book or a specialist book or some specialist magazines, you know. It didn't seem like there were things written about, oh, look at all this stuff hidden in the countryside, because that's the whole point. They like to keep it hidden.
Yeah.
And, you know, provided you ask the right person the right questions, all the mysteries of this stuff just get revealed to you.
Yeah.
And
we haven't ventured too far to find a few of our own, you know?
yeah.
Just down the road. This is all, you know, every time we just walked across a field and we found the north entrance to this place sealed up, like,
Yep.
It's just crazy when you come across a sign that says no unauthorised entrance as part of the Official Secrets Act, and you're like,
Yeah, and it's just a field, like, yeah.
yeah.
So obviously something going on underground, or?
Yeah, and that just further fuels your intrigue.
That's right, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Portsmouth is a good place for it, really. There seems to be a lot of stuff in Portsmouth, like there is in Plymouth. It's absolutely riddled with it.
Yeah, well, it's a rich naval history, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw the first video we did was the old Eastern Battery,
Right.
which I don't think anyone's been in before. And it's an old Victorian fort.
Right.
The old disappearing guns and that.
Oh, yeah, the recoil guns.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called.
Something...
Hydro-pneumatic or something?
Yeah, is it Hotchkiss or something, or Montcrief guns?
Yeah, but there's also a tunnel down there that we haven't been to yet.
Yeah. What, down the end, you mean? To keep going?
No, in Eastern Battery.
Oh, I see, right, yeah.
Around there.
Yes, okay. So we'll speed up a little bit. It does seem like the end is quite close up here. So does it curve off to the left? Am I seeing it?
It's off to the left, yeah.
Should we just shout to him we're all right?
Yeah.
Yo! Ned!
He'll be alright, I think he's just gone over the bag.
Yeah, so we've got another chamber here. So we've got something that possibly the ladder was connected to, or a rail. It looks like a rail for a lifter. It was down the left-hand side. And then you've got the ladder. And all good. And a winching mechanism from the bottom. So, yeah. And there's the fuel bunkers in the wall. All the way over there. So, let's go and have a look. We've got a little trolley tram here. Wheels look a bit down. Nah, balls. Save my energy, I think. Some old wellies, look. We just you could have done with those, look.
Why have they left them there, though? Perfectly good.
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? Some people just buy stuff for one explore and then throw it away. Plenty of bin bags down here where people have been doing the same thing as you've been doing.
Yeah.
Exactly the same, putting them on their boots. Watch, there's something in the floor here, covers. So we've got some holes and covers here. And we've got another, this is number 3 it says here. So number 3. So it might be 3 fuel stores, or it might be 3 3 pumping stores, I don't know, we'll have a look now. See what goes down here. Is it going to go on for hundreds of miles? It turns 2 corners now. 2 corners. So, are we going to make it back alive, folks? Are we gonna?
Well, smartphone batteries don't last long.
Well, in the cold, perhaps, yeah. Do you charge as you go? Yeah, it's sometimes a good idea if you plug a bit of power into it whilst you're filming, be pumping power in at the same time.
Yeah, with people on board, I'll be able to do that, so
Yeah.
I'm an amateur at that.
Yeah. Still goes on and on and on and on. Alright. So that's another thing. Oh look, there's actually markings on this. So they've got 29, 28, 27, so that's feet. So 33, 34, 35, 36 feet down. Is that right? It's bigger than feet, isn't they?
Yeah.
It's bigger than feet.
Is it meters?
No, it's got to be bigger than meters.
Yeah.
I don't know what that scale is, but that's a pretty good quality one at the top. Yeah. Whoa. So there you go, folks. What's going on with this? Gone too far. Ah, there we are. All right. There we go. So that's all the way up. So let's quickly get ourselves to the end so we can
not keep. It's Nev, isn't it? Nev. Or Ned. Ned. Ah, right. I said Nev, but yeah, Ned. Ned's atomic dustbin. I'll try and remember that one. So got some more bits in the ground. Some more stores. I'll just quickly pop the light up here so you can see. There you go. Okay. Much easier with the light on the bottom of this because I can swap arms more. Yeah. Having it like this. Camera's going bonkers. Right, there we are, back in here. Another one. Number 6, yeah.
So what was it they moved down?
It could be equipment, pipes, you know.
So this is the
Oh God, doing it again now. Because I'm not holding it in the right place. The bloody joystick is getting moved. So doors like this before were away into the pump room, wasn't it? Oh, there we are, look. So, could this be a pump room? Ooh. Urbex Lunatics, it says on the wall. Oh no, it's just a small room. It's just a small little room. So, storeroom of some description. And it's got these little bits on the floor, which might be for drainage. I don't know what they're really for, but yeah, doesn't look like there's anything really in this one. But it goes uphill, so maybe it's in case it floods that this bit doesn't get flooded. It goes slightly uphill. There's more bits and pieces, and avoid the crap. Filled to 8 meters only.
Looks too small.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe it goes to the surface. And I'm not seeing these pumping rooms. I think there's 4 pumps in one room. That's what it is. Not 4 pumping rooms. Yeah. Hey.
Why does it always get swashed this way?
And peni.
Well, that's just a staple, isn't it?
Yeah. So what we got going on here then? Wow, it's a nice long one. Wonder where that comes out then.
I think that's the north. That's the south. Wow, mind you.
It goes uphill though.
Yeah.
So there must be some more entrances to this that you're not aware of.
Oh, the camera's died.
Oh dear.
Can I head back?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's really friendly though.
But what you can sometimes do is if you go to the doors of these places and you go really close to the door and put your camera, not your phone, close to the door and leave it there for a long time, you might get a GPS lock. So it'll show you on the map where you are on the ground.
Yeah.
So then you can go back on the ground from the other side of the door and work out where you are. You know, you need to leave it for a few minutes to pick up the satellites and try and get it, because, you know, provided there's it's not too much like a tunnel on the other side, then you'll be seeing the satellites and you might get a signal. Or you'll get a rough mobile phone lock, you know, mobile phone signal lock. It'll say, well, you're roughly in this area based on your signal to the mobile masts. But it sort of shows you a big round area. It goes like you're probably somewhere around here. And then when the GPS locks, it goes, ding, there you are. Yeah. So you can use that to find out where you are if you want to go up there. But I'm being Mr. Lazy Boy. I don't want to walk all the way to the top of that tunnel. It looks like somebody's alarm there. Look. It may be an alarm, or it could be a lighting circuit. Something. Yeah. I think they probably got most of it out here for safety reasons, I would have thought, more than anything else. And I think a lot of the time when they get rid of them, these places, they replace the oil with water. So in tanks, they sort of like fill it up with water. So there's no ability for the oil to kind of produce those fumes that you're on about, you know. So they'll fill it up with water and then seal it so there's just water in there. Otherwise you could get like explosive gases and stuff. So yeah.
Well, that's what I thought when I first came down there. I didn't know if we saw that's what we were dealing with. So that's why I was a bit apprehensive. I don't know, I feel a bit safer when you're in the ground.
Well, I mean, we should have gas meters, really, they say. And, I mean, if you can afford it, you could have an oxygen mask. And if you are worried about fires, you can get a fire breathing. There's two types of fire breathing mask. There's one that's very cheap. It's like a plastic bag, but you breathe through it, and it filters out the nasty smoke particles, so you can still manage. It's horrible, but it's, you know. And there's another one that you pull a cord, and it fires up this chemical which gives off oxygen, loads and loads of oxygen for 15 minutes. And it gets really hot, the box. But you breathe through that and it just gives you oxygen for 15 minutes. So if there was loads of smoke and shit down here, you could still manoeuvre around for 15 minutes with that. They're about 100 quid, I think they are. But if you're really into your safety and you're not sure about stuff like coming down here, gas meter, smoke mask, oxygen generator mask. Is this the way we came?
This is the way, I don't think we're going to come across many places like this, you know.
No.
This is one off.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Well, if I start to descend, maybe once I'm starting to go down, you can hand us the camera.
Yes.
Go on to that bottom bit. Are you relying on my... Yeah, that's it. Cool, man.
What's it done?
Oh, yeah, just twist, that's it. You just turn your hand. Yeah, and it follows you slowly, yeah. It irons out all your fast movements and slugs it down to a slow movement. So it's cool. Cheers, man.
So what's all the yellow it's picking up?
What's all the yellow?
Just press something.
Can you give it to me further down? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, sorry.
That yellow...
As well. Check when you get down.
Oh, it's still recording. It's okay. The yellow, or whatever colour it is to show you which bits are in focus. So if you focus on something, the yellow will appear on whatever's in focus. So if you're focusing close, the yellow will appear on the close thing. As you focus into the distance, it'll move on to distant objects. It's called a focus assist. It's a focus assist system. Whoa. Duck my head down to not hit the 360 camera. Quickly get back up. There he is. There he is. Wow. So... Here you go, mate. No. So which way are we gonna...
Does it look easier on the wall?
Yeah, well we sort of got in that way, so I suppose wouldn't harm. Is it deep or is it just surface?
I might just go to bar pane. Look at those oils.
I think it's just floor level. Floor level crap. Yeah. Oh, there's a little hole, only a small one. So yeah, that's it. Cooking with sludge. This is like it's like chip fat you get in China. This is they recycle this and sell it to people as cooking oil. They are that friggin' sad in China. Now there was it bubbled up here, didn't it? Last time I came across here. So this is probably it drops as it drops, but there look, if that drops down. Ooh, scary. So which way am I going to go then? With that knowledge, which way am I going to get over here? That drops down really bad there. Oh my god, that drops in. But I reckon we're alright by here. I reckon we're alright. Oh, there we are. That's it. That's it. So there's a big sump there that will get you that you can't see unless you're hardcore sump stumbler. So what about here then? Don't dump me in it now. Come on, baby. Oh yeah, we're doing well, yeah. Doing well. It's all good. Sumpstumbler.com. Yep, I'm just taking my time so I don't go in the sumps. There's that piston again, look. It's a protective coat on it. So he hung on for us, look. He was faithful. He had faith that we were going to come back eventually for him. There they are. There, on their way out. Let's go get my camera bag then. Whoa. Yep. Just trying to take my time because there's no rush. Don't fancy having a up to my waist in oil. That would not be good. It'd be like bye-bye orange stuff. Right. Wow. There they are. Let's get the funk out. Right. So there we go. Oh, just when my battery says it's going to run out as well. So we're going to get out. So, I reckon it's time to take my glove off. Oh, that glove's doing me in a bit. Yeah, it's good, man. Yeah, man. It's mental. I have a break when I come up here now. My legs are starting to go. Ugh.
So we've got to get to the top now. That's the next one.
Yeah, we'll have to have breaks, I think. Wow.
Do you close the door?
Yeah.
I was just saying that you can't have anything inside. Oh, there was a old cell.
Here we go. All the way up. And some. Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to get to the surface to get some signal.
Yeah.
I said to my missus, I'd give her like a safety bell at 8 o'clock. I realised it was like half 8.
I reckon that tunnel we were looking at that goes up, it's going to be in that direction.
Yeah.
The other thing you could do as well is you can get the compass up on your phone. And compasses work underground, so it'll show you which way you're facing. So you say, well, that tunnel obviously goes off east somewhere. So you come up the top and you just keep walking east till you hit it.
Right. So what I was thinking was that when we sort of got to this the north.
Yeah. It's quite steep.
Yeah.
Behind us there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It was the north entrance, right?
Oh, it was?
Yeah, because it's sort of, you've got a tunnel entrance, but
Like a little mound behind it, and then flat grass, so it must just go.
Yeah.
I kind of came up with first, looked at that wall, was like, oh, to see
break. It's alright, just getting my breath back.
Can we carry anything?
No, it's alright. I think if you just have little breaks, it's better than trying to like force your way in one go.
That's the last bit. Got a little run up there.
Nutter.
Yeah, complete nutter.
You pay for that later.
What did you do? Just keep turning the corner, it's just
Forever. I think I'd question whether somebody had a cigarette downstairs, I think. At that point, I think I'd be wondering to myself. Right, I'm gonna have a break. Minute. Might as well, innit?
It's a nice little track though. Yeah. Because this has been closed for quite a while.
Yeah.
Almost about a year and a half.
Well, like I was saying, the south entrance was open, wasn't it, a year and a half ago? That same had to come down all these stairs.
Do you think it's because it's so close to the housing estate, the south entrance, that they closed that off, thinking only people who really know their shit up here are going to get to this one?
Yeah, that and the fumes, I think, was
Yeah.
the main concern.
Yeah.
But you saw those kids at Portsmouth, didn't you? And they're always in them tunnels, and
Yeah.
you know, they'd probably get sued, wouldn't they, if anything happens?
Well, they might do, yeah. Which is why the military normally sell everything off for a couple of quid, like, yeah? Make it somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were really connected to something, weren't we? And that's just been sold.
Right.
The security guard stopped us. Basically, yeah, someone had cut the padlock off the front gate, and I think he thought it was us. We told him exactly how we got it.
So, well, you guys that much, it's on you finish your job over.
Spaniards Inn. Palach. Spaniards Inn, that's strange, isn't it? Look, Dieso. D-I-E-S-O, Dieso. Weird.
Which lights there, because I was going to come back to the entrance, and it's by the road as well.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Stop here, now we'll just get out.
Is it raining?
No, it's dry.
Cool. That's what we want.
Fresh air, yeah.
Well, could do. One last look then. So, there we go. Don't forget, Vacant Haven. Shaven Naven is what I'm craving. My flashing light are still on the top one.
Blue.
Blue.
Flashing blue.
Oh, yeah. Is it flashing green on the back?
No, that's flashing blue.
Oh, what?
Is that not recording?
That might be. It just went beep beep. That's probably it was saying it's finished, it's recording. It's used up all its time. So that's perfect timing then.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit sketchy to get through that.
Right. Well, if you want to hold on to that puppy, you can point it towards us, just turn around, twisting around. So does anybody want that then? I reckon it'd be rude to leave that because somebody's left that.
In this climate.
Oh no, in their pockets. Because these idiots. Right, can I hand you that?
Yeah.
And can I hand somebody this? Yeah. Give me some bit of light as I come out, probably.
Just grab your bag and your bag looks intact, Matt. Oil free. You can do that. Watch your head though on the bars. Sweet. Rebirth.
Cool. Thank you very much.
No,
Secret vault. Secret motherfucking vault in the fucking house.
I'll be beeped.
I'll be beeped. Yeah.
It's always a joyous occasion coming back out though.
Yeah, the I'm still alive feeling, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about doing this.
Yeah.
Fresh air, no rain.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
still attached.
Yeah. Okay then folks, well do whatever you have to do, but whatever you do, don't do like we do it, because we ain't paying out, we ain't got no money for payouts. So see you later.
Nice.